Welcome back to another episode of Peak Performers Podcast. I'm your host, Thor Conklin. Today I want to have a conversation with you about how you're spending your time. We all get 24 hours a day. Some of us use that 24 hours to the ultimate, everything possible, just wring out every possible second, every minute out of it, and others just kind of waste it away. And then there's a whole nother set, right, that actually is very, very busy, but how are they spending their time? That and more in today's episode.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast
with your host, Thor Conklin.
Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. First, let me say thank you very much for listening to today's episode, and thank you for listening to all the other ones as well. We've done over 350 episodes in the last 15 months. It's amazing, when I look back of where we came from. In the beginning, I had to do everything, right? First, I had to learn what podcasting was, how I could actually do it, the equipment that I needed. How do I get these things up? How do I get the listeners in? How do I get guests? How do I post it? How do I edit it? I mean, it's just on and on and on. And it just started with one thing, but it was all up to me in the beginning, right? Literally, I had to research it. I had to get the voiceovers done. I had to get the little artwork done with Fiverr because iTunes requires you to have a specific art with number of pixels and frames, and it has to say certain things. There's a lot to it. I had to learn how to edit. I wasn't an editing guy, right? I'm going on Adobe. I'm working with Audition. It's like, this is a professional sound system. I didn't know how to use this software at all, but I taught myself. Libsyn, that's where you post it up. I didn't know how to do any of that, but I had to learn. I had to get in there and just do it. It took hours and hours and hours. I had to figure out how to get it posted up on iTunes. I had to actually go out and talk to my friends, email them, engage with them on social media. Hey, I've got a new podcast coming out. Please listen to it. This is what it's all about. I had to put together all the material when I was going and getting guests. Hey, this is what we're doing. I need this information from you. How to go find those guests. How to follow up with all their information. Please send in your bio. Send in the 3 pictures. Send in all your social media links. And then after I got all that stuff, I had to put in a format that I could actually load up. So when it comes out on Libsyn, it looked polished and professional. I had to get all the social media posts out there. I wanted to make sure what's going on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. I had to engage the audience. I wanted to respond back to their questions or comments. It took a lot of time. Then I had to get the stuff back to the guests, right? It's like, hey, your episode's alive. Great news. Did a great job. Now please share this with your audience so I can grow it. And then what do? I go back and I repeat and I repeat and I repeat 350 times. So it takes a lot of work. But what I realized was, I couldn't keep doing this forever. I'm very busy with my consulting practice. I'm very busy with my workshops, my speaking, and it just takes an awful lot of time. So I had to sit down with myself and I had to ask myself some key questions. First one is, what is the highest and best use of my time right now? And obviously, editing podcasts is not the highest use of my time. Getting guests on the show is not the highest use of my time. I needed to find out how to delegate those to my team and have it done, maybe not to the same level that I was doing it, and in some cases, much better than I'm doing it. But I needed to get rid of some of these tasks. I asked myself, where do I bring value? Where do I bring that unique value that only I can do? And what can I delegate to my team? So, effective, about a week ago, and you'll start to notice these in some of these episodes coming out now, is Dylan on our team has taken over all responsibility for the podcast other than me recording. I haven't figured out how to duplicate myself and not do the recordings, but I actually love doing the recordings. I love doing the interviews, and I love putting this material together for you. Now that Dylan has taken over most of the responsibility on the podcast, it really frees up my time. We also have a woman in Africa that does the transcription services. So everything at this point is outsourced other than me speaking to you. So my question is, in your business, in your life right now, what are you doing? You might be great at it, but it's not your highest and best use of your time. Where are you wasting time doing things that you no longer need to? You might have had to do it in the beginning, but you don't need to do it anymore. Figure out where those areas are, get rid of them, outsource them, stop them, at the very least, greatly reduce them. I promise you, you'll be very happy in the end. Until next time, have an absolutely amazing day.